writing paper takes 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it has 9 parts and a total of 56 questions. This is a very important paper because it is worth 50% of the total marks of the exam. In this part, you need to show that you understand simple written texts, such as signs, brochures, newspapers, and magazines. Questions 1 to 55 are related to reading and they carry 1 mark. And question 56 is related to writing, and this one carries 5 marks. So let's take a look at the different parts and what you have to do in each part. In part 1, there are 8 signs, notices, or other very short texts, A to H, and 5 sentences. You have to match each sentence to the right sign or notice. In this part, there are 5 questions, and you have to practice to understand the general message of the text. So let's move to part 2. In part 2, there are 5 sentences on the same topic or which are related to a story. Now, each sentence has a missing word, and you have to choose the best word, A, B, or C, to complete the sentence. Here, you also have 5 questions, and you have to practice reading and using vocabulary correctly. Part 3. The first 5 questions are things that you say in a conversation. For each sentence, you have to choose what the other person says next, A, B, or C. Now, the second part of part 3 is a longer conversation, but some sentences are missing. You have a list of sentences, A to H, and you have to find the right sentence for each space. So, as you can see here, you have to practice to read and to find the correct answer for the conversation. In total, there are 10 questions for this part. In part 4, you have a long text or 3 short texts. You have to read the text or texts and 7 sentences. You have to decide if each sentence is right, wrong, or doesn't say. Or choose the correct answer, A, B, or C, to the questions. In this part, there are 7 questions, and you have to practice reading to understand detail and main idea of the text or texts. Part 5. In part 5, you have a short text with 8 numbered spaces. Each space means there is a missing word, and you have to choose the right answer, A, B, or C. As you can see, there are 8 questions for this part, and you have to practice reading to find the right sort of word. For example, a preposition like for or since, or a verb form like keeping, keep, or kept, etc. Okay, so let's take a look at part 6. In this part, you will find 5 sentences like definitions you find in a dictionary. So they give you the first letter of the word and the number of letters, and you have to complete the word. Here you have to practice your vocabulary and spelling. And there are 5 questions in this part. In part 7, you will read a short text, for example, a postcard or a letter. There are 10 missing words in the text, and you have to think of the correct word to complete each space. Here you need to practice your grammar, vocabulary and spelling, and there is a total of 10 questions in this part. In part 8 you will read 1 or 2 texts. You have to use the information in the texts to fill in a note, maybe a form, a diary or other document correctly. There are 5 questions in this part, and you have to practice reading and writing down numbers and words correctly. In part 9, you have to write a short message, email, note, or postcard. The instructions tell you who to write to and what to say. So don't forget to include this information. You get 5 marks for this part, and you have to write between 25 and 35 words.